Hi, my name is Emma Clark. I'm 16, and I guess. I know how that sounds. I know it sounds crazy, but I need you to hear
My story. I need you to understand what happened to me and what it showed me about all of us, about this world, and about how we're living. Really living. I lived in a small town in Ohio. I went to high school, had my friends, my classes, my little routines. On the surface, I looked normal. I smiled at people in the hallways, laughed at jokes, did my homework sometimes. But my real world was online. Every moment I could steal, I was scrolling. TikTok, Instagram, Snap, YouTube, the notifications, the likes, the streaks, the comments, they became the rhythm of my life. I craved them, needed them, depended on them. I felt alive only when I was scrolling, watching, sharing, performing. It started small. A funny dance, a silly lip sync, a harmless challenge. Everyone was doing it, and it felt like a way to belong. But then it escalated. The challenges became riskier, louder, more extreme. My friends were all in, my feed was full of it. Each video made my pulse rise, made me laugh, made me feel seen. I wanted that feeling more than anything. I wanted attention. I wanted approval. I wanted to matter. And the more I chased it, the emptier I felt. My parents, my little brother, they tried. They said I was spending too much time online, that I needed to focus on real life. I nodded, smiled, said, I know, and went back to my room. They couldn't understand it. They couldn't feel it the way I did. The pull of the screen, the tiny explosions of dopamine from likes and views, the sense that someone somewhere was noticing me. It was intoxicating. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was addicted. Not just to TikTok, to the feeling of distraction itself. Anything to avoid the silence, the emptiness inside. I had anxiety, though I didn't call it that back then. My thoughts were always loud, a constant storm. Did someone notice my last post? Did someone laugh at me? Was I funny enough? Was I good enough? Did anyone care? It never stopped. I tried to drown it with TikToks, with notifications, with endless scrolling, with challenges that made me feel brave, alive, important. And for a moment, it worked. The anxiety faded. The emptiness vanished. I felt in control. I felt powerful. But it was an illusion. The day I died, it seemed ordinary. Saturday morning, sunny but boring. My parents downstairs, my little brother absorbed in cartoons. I scrolled through my feed, laughing at videos, seeing the same dances, the same pranks, the same stunts over and over. And then I saw it. The latest challenge. Dangerous, yes. Stupid, yes. But trending, viral, everyone was doing it. And in that moment, I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted the attention, the views, the thrill. My heart raced. My stomach twisted. I knew it was risky. I knew it was stupid. But I didn't care. I set up my phone, positioned it just right, and started recording. The challenge required balance, precision, and a small act that I didn't think could harm me. I laughed at myself, told myself I was careful, clever, in control. I felt my pulse jump. My hands shook a little. I didn't think about consequences. I didn't think about anything but the moment. I did the stunt, and then the world tilted. My chest tightened. My vision blurred. My breath caught. I reached for the phone, thinking I could still finish the video, and then everything went black. The darkness hit me like a weight I couldn't push away. 1 second I was moving, the next I was nothing. My body crumpled on the floor, my phone clattering beside me, the screen still glowing with the video I had tried to make. And then, it was like stepping out of a heavy fog. My chest wasn't tight anymore. My heartbeat, that frantic pounding, stopped. I wasn't in pain. I wasn't scared. At least not at first. I was floating. I opened my eyes and looked down. There I was, lying on the floor, my body still, pale, silent. The room looked strange, distant. Everything was smaller somehow, quieter somehow. My phone screen blinked, notifications glowing, but I couldn't touch it. I wasn't there. I was somewhere else. I didn't even know how to describe it, floating, weightless, free. The panic that had always lived inside me, that gnawed at my chest, was gone. Then I saw her, my mom. She burst into the room, screaming my name, her face pale with fear. I wanted to tell her I was okay, that I was fine, that this wasn't real, that she didn't need to cry, but I couldn't. My voice didn't work. I waved my hand, but it passed through her like mist. My dad appeared behind her, frozen, staring. They were panicked, terrified, desperate. I wanted to reach them, to tell them I was okay, to reassure them, but I couldn't. I could only watch, helpless. Paramedics arrived. I saw them lift my body, slap paddles to my chest, push the buttons, yell for a pulse. And there was none. No heartbeat. Nothing. I watched, floaty, and as they carried me out, as my mom collapsed in the hallway, as my dad just stared, and I realized I was alone, completely alone, in a way I had never been, and yet it was quiet. Not like the quiet of my room, not like the pause between notifications, not like the space between TikTok videos. Real quiet. A warm quiet that wrapped around me, soft and calm. And then it came. The light, warm, brilliant, yet soft, filling every corner of the space I floated in. It wasn't blinding, it was comforting. I felt it first as warmth, like sunlight on my skin. But more than that, it was inside me, in my chest, in my heart. And then I heard it, the song. Not a song from music, not a song from a phone. A perfect, vibrating chord resonating everywhere yet nowhere. It was comforting and powerful, and it pulled me toward it. And then I saw him, Jesus. I didn't think about his appearance. He wasn't just a man, he was everything. Light, warmth, music, peace, all at once. I knew him. I had always known him. And he moved toward me, and in that moment I felt every little thing I had been hiding. The anxiety, the panic, the emptiness I had tried to drown in scrolling and challenges, all of it came rushing at me, and I felt ashamed. I tried to cover myself. I didn't want him to see me, but he did. Not with eyes, not with judgment, but with knowing. He felt my soul, all of it. Every fear, every lie, every distraction, every scroll, every chase for likes, every dangerous stunt I thought made me alive, and then he started to clean me. I felt the weight of it all being drawn out, pulled from me, absorbed into his light. I gasped, the first real breath I had taken since floating here. Relief washed over me like nothing I had ever known. I cried. Real tears, soul tears, tears of release. And he didn't scold me, he didn't judge. He just held me. And in that hold, I felt seen. I felt known. I felt peace. My chest, my heart, even my mind, everything slowed, everything settled. For the first time, I understood what I had been missing. Not likes, not followers, not views, not challenges, but quiet, real connection, real presence, real life. Jesus held me in that light, and I could feel his presence in every fiber of my being. And then he showed me, not like a movie playing before my eyes, but like a truth unfolding inside my chest. He showed me my room, the phone on the floor, the challenge I had tried to film, the endless scrolling, the chasing of views, the craving for likes, and he showed me why. Every time I scrolled, every time I chased a like, every time I performed a challenge for a video, it was like a tiny thread of gray smoke wrapping itself around my heart, numbing me. The vape, the adrenaline rush, the constant noise, the videos, the games, it was all a symptom. The real sickness wasn't the challenge, the content, the device. It was the emptiness I was trying to fill, the loneliness I was trying to hide, the panic I was trying to silence. Then the view changed. It pulled back, and I saw more than just my room. I saw my friends, my school, my city. And then I saw millions of teenagers all over the world, alone in their rooms, staring at glowing screens, scrolling endlessly, chasing likes, sharing challenges, numbing themselves. Their hearts were empty. Their souls were starving. And yet they didn't even realize it because the noise never stopped. The notifications never ceased. The videos never ended. The challenges never ended. And his voice came vibrating inside me, forming words in my mind without sound. This is your generation, the loneliest in all of history, surrounded by voices, but with no one to talk to, starving for connection but full of distraction. You are building walls of glass to hide your empty hearts. I felt a pain in my chest, not panic, not fear, but sorrow. He showed me that every TikTok challenge, every dangerous stunt, every endless scroll, every numbing hit of a vape or gaming high was like throwing a brick onto that wall, isolating me further from him, further from life, further from the truth. He said, "The enemy does not need to build a hell for them. They are building their own. One post, one hit, one scroll at a time." I didn't fully understand at first, but then I saw it. I saw myself earlier, panic rising in my chest, feeling trapped, suffocated. And I realized the truth: my panic wasn't the enemy. It was my soul crying for God, my spirit screaming for help, and I had been silencing it, numbing it with devices, apps, challenges, and constant noise. The emptiness, the anxiety, the restlessness, it wasn't a sickness. It was a signal. A call from my soul. A call for God. I wept. I wept for me. I wept for all the kids in my generation. I wept for the ones I loved and the ones I didn't even know. For all the lost hours, for all the missed connections, for all the pain hidden behind screens. And he held me as I cried, warmth flowing over me, light surrounding me, a song vibrating in my chest, a rhythm of peace I had never felt on earth. Then he showed me hope. He showed me a vision of my generation, putting phones down, stepping outside, sitting together, talking, not typing, not filming, not performing, but truly connecting. Laughter shared without filters, tears shared without cameras, music that fills the heart instead of notifications, sunsets that touch the soul instead of feeds, silence that speaks louder than any video, and in that silence, finding him. One by one, slowly, they discovered him. He said, "They just need one person to show them that the noise is a lie." And I felt it. A pull, a sorrow, a desire to stay in that light, in that warmth, in that peace. But I knew what he meant. He was sending me back. No, I wanted to say, "Please, let me stay. I don't want to go back to that noise, to that world, to that chaos." But he held me steady, firm yet gentle. "You have to go back. You have work to do. Tell them I am real. Tell them I am the quiet. Tell them I am waiting. Be the one who speaks." The light started to fade, the warmth retreating. The song softened, and the peace slowly dissolved. I felt myself moving back toward my body, toward the world I had left behind. And the fear returned, the cold, harsh, fluorescent pain of reality rushing in. But this time, I wasn't afraid of him. I wasn't afraid of the truth. I was ready to carry his message. I gasped as the cold fluorescent light pierced my eyes. My chest burned, my lungs screamed, and there was a tube in my throat. The sounds, sirens, voices, beeping machines were overwhelming, unbearable. I could barely focus, but slowly, I realized I was alive. The doctors were moving around me, and I saw my mom, pale and exhausted, her face full of fear and worry. My dad was frozen, staring, unable to process. A doctor leaned close. "Liam, you're at St. Jude's Hospital. You had severe pulmonary edema. Your lungs failed. You were gone. 22 minutes. No pulse. No brain activity. We don't know how you're here. It's a miracle." But I knew it wasn't just a miracle. It was a message. Everything I had seen, felt, and understood in that light, it was meant to change me, to change others. I remembered the warmth, the song, the peace, the vision of my generation stepping out of the noise. I remembered him telling me, "Tell them I am real. Tell them I am the quiet. Tell them I am waiting. Even with tubes in my mouth and pain burning in my chest, I cried. Real tears rolled down my cheeks. I was alive. I had work to do. I had to share what I had seen, what I had felt. I had to warn my peers, my generation, about the traps of digital addiction, about the walls we build around our hearts, about the emptiness hidden behind glowing screens. I want every teenager, every young person to hear this. If you're scrolling endlessly, if you can't stop chasing likes, if you're performing for the world instead of living for yourself, listen. That feeling you have, your panic, your anxiety, your loneliness is not a weakness. It's your soul screaming for connection, for God, for life beyond the screen. The phone, the apps, the challenges, the games, they're just walls, distractions, a lie that keeps you from the quiet where truth lives. I remember him showing me my peers, all around the world, alone in their rooms, hearts crying, souls starving, numbing themselves with endless scrolling, social media, and digital noise. And he told me, "You are the loneliest generation, but you are also built for great purpose. You are not gone. You are not lost. You can find joy, not in a post or a view, but in each other, in nature, in silence, and in me. I beg you, just once, put your phone down, step away from the feed, sit in silence, look around, breathe, feel, ask, God, are you there? Do you see me? He is. I promise you, he sees you, he loves you, he waits for you in the quiet, beyond the noise. I am Liam Walker. I died. I saw the truth. I returned. And I carry this message for all of you. The addiction, the noise, the screens, they do not define you. Your heart, your soul, your spirit, they are meant for more. Step into the quiet. Find him. Find yourself. And live. Because life, real life, is waiting beyond the screen.